When I open my eyes each morning, I do not wake as others do. I do not rise to chase comfort or to stretch idly into the sunlight. I rise because there is still land unclaimed by order, still minds unshaped by unity, still walls yet to be built against chaos. The moment I wake, the vision returns, vast, heavy, impossible to ignore. It whispers that I was not born to merely live within a world, I was born to reshape it. Most wake to routine, the rare few wake to destiny. That is the difference between the dreamers and the builders of empires. Each morning demands a choice, to drift with the current or to command the river. The 99% open their eyes to a world that tells them what to do. The 1% open their eyes and tell the world what it will become. I rise before the dawn not because I enjoy the silence, but because that silence belongs to those who act before the noise begins. Every thought, every heartbeat, every breath must serve the vision. There is no luxury of hesitation when the horizon itself awaits your hand. To wake like this is not a blessing. It is a burden of greatness. The body may crave rest, but the mind refuses. The world in its disorder presses upon me, demanding form, demanding unity, demanding will. There are those who think power is taken by force. They are wrong. Power is taken by awakening, by seeing further and sooner than anyone else dares. The moment you wake with purpose so vast that sleep feels like surrender, you have already conquered half the world. Every morning is a declaration of intent. While others reach for comfort, I reach for command. While others seek peace, I seek structure. The sun does not rise to warm me, it rises to remind me that time waits for no emperor, no leader, no soul that hesitates. Each dawn is a test. Will I rise as the 1% or will I sink into the forgettable masses of history? I already know my answer. I do not wake to exist, I wake to conquer. Discipline is the edge that separates rulers from dreamers. Vision alone is not enough, even the brightest flame dies without control. Every step I took toward unification was carved through resistance, not only from others but from within myself. There were moments when doubt tried to whisper, when fatigue tried to slow my hand, but I learned early that greatness does not bloom in ease. It is hammered, pressed, and refined in the fire of repetition and resolve. Each day I demanded from myself the same precision I demanded from an empire. The mind must obey before the world ever will. The world remembers triumphs, but it forgets the sacrifices that built them. Behind every law enforced, every wall raised, every enemy silenced, there were countless nights without rest. Those who wish to rule must first learn to rule their own weakness. Discipline is not cruelty, it is clarity. It means choosing purpose over comfort, choosing order over chaos, choosing what must be done over what feels good in the moment. I knew that mercy toward laziness is betrayal toward destiny. To forge a single nation from many warring states required not compassion alone, but the cold steadiness to do what others would not. Many call it ruthless, perhaps it is, but those who cannot bear the weight of consequence have no right to command the course of history. A builder of empires must carry both the sword and the burden it brings. To hesitate, to soften, to falter, these are the cracks through which empires fall. I accepted that the price of unity was misunderstanding, the price of legacy was solitude. The higher one climbs, the lonelier the air becomes. Yet that is the path of those who lead, the few who wake to shape rather than to follow. Discipline is not the absence of emotion, it is mastery over it. It is the hand that steadies when others tremble, the heart that endures when others break. Those who seek greatness must be willing to be judged by those who do not understand it. I did not seek approval, I sought permanence. I did not build through kindness, I built through control. What drives a man beyond victory? When every border has been drawn, every enemy silenced, and every flag raised in triumph, what remains? For most, conquest ends with power. But for those who wake with a fire that does not fade, power is only the beginning. The body may age, the crown may tarnish, but legacy, that is the true immortality. I have seen kingdoms rise and crumble into dust, their rulers forgotten within a generation. I refused such an ending. I did not seek to live merely in time, I sought to outlive it. Every monument I built, every law I enforced, every stone laid under my rule carried a single message: that I existed, that I shaped the course of the human story. Some may call it obsession, perhaps it is. But what is life without the hunger to leave a mark upon eternity? The ordinary live for their years, the extraordinary live for their echo. My empire was not born only from conquest of land, but from the desire to conquer memory itself. I wanted the world to remember not the wars, but the will that forged them. To chase immortality is to wrestle with the limits of existence. Many search for elixirs, for secret paths to endless breath, but they misunderstand. True immortality is not found in potions or in temples. It is written in the permanence of what one creates. I turned my will into walls, my dreams into armies of clay, my vision into an empire that would whisper my name long after my bones turned to dust. That is the essence of eternal life, to be unforgot. There is a certain madness in such pursuit. It isolates you, consumes you, demands that you see yourself not as a man but as a symbol. Yet what greater purpose can there be than to become something larger than one's own life? When I walked among the ranks of silent warriors crafted to guard me beyond death, I felt no fear, only certainty. I had given form to eternity. I did not seek to live forever, I sought to never disappear. The world changes, but the essence of conquest never fades. The battlefield may no longer be carved in stone or drenched in blood. It lives now within the hearts and ambitions of those who dare to rise. To wake like the few, like the 1% who refuse mediocrity, is not to hold a crown or command armies, but to command the self. Each day begins as a silent war between purpose and comfort, and only those who choose purpose will shape the world around them. The empires of today are not built with swords, but with ideas, with courage, with relentless discipline in pursuit of something greater than one's own peace. Every person is born with the power to rule their own realm, the realm of mind, action, and will. Yet most surrender before the battle even begins. They wait for permission, for clarity, for someone to lead them. But those who wake like conquerors give themselves the command. They do not wait for opportunity, they create it. They do not seek safety, they build legacy. The walls they raise are not of stone but of resolve. The borders they expand are those of imagination and influence. To rise each morning with empire in one's eyes is to understand that the day ahead is yours to forge. The noise of doubt, the pull of fear, the comfort of rest, these are the enemies of creation. The ones who lead, who innovate, who leave their mark are those who face this invisible war and refuse to yield. The 1% are not chosen, they are self-forged. Their greatness does not depend on title or fortune but on their refusal to remain ordinary. The time I lived may have been filled with walls and warriors, but the spirit of conquest remains eternal. You do not need a throne to rule, only the will to rise and shape your world with purpose. Every dawn offers a chance to either repeat or to redefine. The choice is simple, yet few have the strength to make it. The 1% wake not because they must, but because the world cannot move forward until they do. I do not rise to witness the day, I rise to command it.